With
Good.
strippers.
Alright.
With hookers and blow.
Yes.
Actually, forget the hookers.
Just blow.
Just blow.
Forget the channel.
Okay, so I'm
Kill
gonna
it.
start. I'll suggest a bunch of things that would improve what we're doing.
Oh, time.
We won't do them ever.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Zach. I like to write and I act sometimes, and I've been here since the get-go.
Have you though?
Switch to Geico. What? No, shut up.
Save 15%. You're an artist, right?
I am.
And Sim, you're
I'm a sandwich artist.
what-
Sorry. Okay, Sim's turn. What's your name?
Oh,
I'll never be serious.
This is not a good
Yeah,
question.
I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything. Sim, you want to tell them about your ethnic background and or job title?
my name's Simran. I'm a producer here at EMV.
And Kurt, you want to tell them your name?
Kurt, you want to tell them your name?
That's
Curtis.
It's actually Kurt.
Coitus.
Yeah.
It's Coitus.
That's coitus, yeah.
It's Bert.
It's Ren.
Ren.
It
Yeah,
is
my
Ren.
Chinese name is Ren.
The Knights of Ren.
That's what we
But you gotta say it fully
never
because
told
Zach,
us.
Zach wasn't here.
What?
He never told us.
So the
He's one of
family
those.
name is Duan. It's not Chuang. And then my generation name is
Chuang.
Duan, and then my personal identifier is Ren. So it's
Ren.
like Duan,
Nice.
Duan, Ren.
You're like Renly Baratheon.
I'm
the
also
worst one.
The
that,
bottom
yes.
half.
One of the Knights of Ren, Renly Baratheon.
Yeah. he was the closest to the throne. Alright, and who are you?
And I'm Sim.
Also a producer.
Also a producer. It's Sim and Sim.
We're both producers at GMV.
It's Brad. All right, let's get to it. Zach, you want to tell them about your ideas that no one's going to listen to?
No, we'll listen.
No,
Oh, sorry. Unless you want to
You'll
execute.
you'll hear me out, and then we won't do them.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I won't do it.
The way it works is you give us ideas and we
Yes.
tell you how that's
See,
not
I'm
going
the
to work
idea
at all.
man.
You create our dreams and then I crush them.
This is Reflections Podcast. What is this?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's been
27. 27. Numbers. Arbitrary numbers.
Okay, first,
Um,
we need to pull out our phones.
Yes.
Collectively, we need to go order a slushy.
Green apple.
Green apple slush. In all seriousness, I didn't really have plans to start this reflections, but
I don't think we can go find
I think all my ideas really just involve like working on front desk.
Okay,
But also, I would. Do you guys remember that video? People at home, maybe we'll show it or something. But the video where it's like, dude, is it chill if I chill here? Like I showed you those videos.
Yeah.
Where they're very like improv almost, but it's like a setup. You just come with a
Wait,
character. And it's just like stupid.
Let's reset all the way back to. It's been like how many? It's been like 5 or
Yeah.
6 months
That's true.
since we've actually met up like this. I
Yeah.
think like that. The
5
last,
months.
the last vlog. No. The last vlog was February,
Okay.
which means we filmed maybe early February at
Mhm.
the latest. So it's been a long time, which
Yeah.
is fine. And I'm kind of like I think it just we've changed, or I've changed a lot of my perspective with GMB,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. That's more of a
obviously, you guys know that. You can kind of see I just don't really try to do anything anymore, which I don't want it to sound like depressing or whatever, but I feel like I just kind of woke up one day and kind of realized it's not what I thought it was, or like I'm accepting more of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it started with, I remember like a couple reflections ago when you guys, and I've been pushing you guys to say it, so it's not, that's on me too, but I wanted you guys to kind of say it, that it's not like, you know when you guys said if I stopped, you guys would kind of just meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like that, and I'm kind of like, yeah, like I knew it, but just when you actually said it, I was like, fuck, I don't know. It just kind of made me feel like, well, I don't really know if this is something that I want to keep doing, or like, if it just felt kind of demotivating.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good thing in the sense of that was the truth,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's something that I had to come to terms with. And that's why I guess for the past however long, I just haven't really been motivated. Like I would even message you guys and be like, yeah, but I just didn't have the energy to like pull it together like I used to.
Mhm.
So I remember before I'd be really like, hey guys, would you meet up at 3? And wherever I'd be messaging everybody.
Weird. Acting like this.
Why does he want to meet up so bad? Like,
Is he okay?
yeah.
I guess we'll just make sure he's okay. Yeah.
I'll go down to the house to check up on him, but
But the one thing that I think a lot about, that I worry, worry is such a dramatic word, but it's not worry. It's just, I think about, time, when time passes, that this is something that I think anybody could, like, we can do these things. Like, we can, our goal was sort of like Funhouse.
Yeah.
Right? That was like anyway. But we could do that. I feel like we can easily, I don't want to say easily, but the steps to get there are simple. Like, we can do it. Like, it's
doing it. Yeah.
Right? Like, there's a lot of things that you can do. Like, even when I'm thinking about, so one of my friends is like moving out, and then they're thinking about like, how am I going to also go to school and move out and balance these costs, right? And I know it's going to be incredibly difficult and whatever, but it's not impossible. Like, you could work 3 jobs, but like, nobody wants to do that. I don't even want to do that. I don't want to go to school and I wouldn't want to do those things enough, but I just think it's worth thinking that you can. It's kind of like that time where Brat admitted too, when you were like, I'll never have a body like yours, but with the asterisk as like, it's because I want to eat the way I want to eat. That's why.
Yeah.
It's not that you can't and never ever will. It's that I just prefer to eat, and it doesn't mean as much to me to have the body. Therefore, I won't have it. As opposed to a lot of people just like, I'll just never ever, like, there's no chance I'll ever. And then you're like, well, like, there's certain things obviously,
you
like,
don't want to try.
yeah, I mean, there's certain things for sure, right? Like, I'll never be 6 foot, whatever. That's just, there's some things for sure. But I think people would be surprised how much you can, like, get done or do or achieve. But you just have to actually do it. It's like losing weight and all that stuff. It's like, you just have to do it, right? So I think about that with GMV, is like, we could like be Funhouse, like, we can do it, like, we can officially become that. Like, there's easily capable, like, we can do it. It's just the problem is we need to like do it. We have to sit down and spend the time and do it. But I found, over time watching you guys, I know at least at this juncture, whatever, this time, it's not something that you guys are super into doing. It's fun. It's a nice hobby and it's fun. And I'm not taking away from the stuff that we have done. We've made a lot of videos. We've edited a lot. We've acted. We've done all this stuff, and that's like very commendable. I think a lot of people would be surprised like how much work that we've actually done. Like, when you look, like you guys talk about too, like when you look at our YouTube channel, so all these videos we've made.
I think there's a lot of people commending us all the time, and like with like at work and stuff, and they go, "Oh, fucking, like, you guys did a great job." And I have random people like the MMA section, whatever. They're like, "Oh, you're like the dude from the," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And when I went to Under Armour when we were at the outlets,
you're that guy. Oh.
Yeah, like it was a really cool feeling that somebody appreciated the stuff that we did, and they're like, "Oh, you're that guy," and I'm like, yeah, cool. So like, it is commendable even for us to say, but like when people actually go out there and like tell us, well, like, it's a very nice feeling. Sorry.
So no, and then so what I was saying is that, I mean, I don't want to say that we weren't doing it, because we were. It's just not to the extent of maybe where my personal aspirations were at,
or to make it more than a hobby.
Yeah. Right. If it's because I guess we would say often, this is something that we'd like to turn into something more, and then on that, if that's where we're judging ourselves on, then at that point it's like, we weren't doing it fully. But at the same time, I also still don't want to take away from what we've done, obviously, too, because I still think I'm still playing with myself, where it's like, okay, if I did have the mentality that I had before, like, I think we could get a decent amount of stuff done still. Like, it would be almost as productive, maybe. I think Sim, you falling off was a big thing for me. I was kind of like, oh. Like, when you're kind of like, I just don't want to do it anymore, kind of like.
Yeah, it's all on you.
Shut up.
You're the reason we failed. You're why we're going to fail. I'm just kidding.
Sim's face went up. If you get a small zoom on Sim's face.
I was like, oh my god, I'm back on him now.
Got him.
But I mean, at the same time, like, when I
don't pay attention to the fact that Brown and I aren't doing it.
No, but when I think about what Sim actually, like, how he
ruined everything.
I fucked it all up.
No, I mean, what GMV is to him.
Bill Pusher? I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry.
We love you, Sim. We're just messing
I
around.
remember I think you said it to Achilles, maybe, and I think you said this to me too, maybe, in different words, but it's not you're not the one that has that motivation or whatever. Like you've admitted to yourself like you're not that guy. At least yeah, exactly. Yeah, at this point, like you're not the driving force behind this is something that I need and want to do.
Yeah.
You're more like I'm Kurt's friend and I'm down to help him out and it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Right. And then if I pull back to like the mentality I had before, I think there's a way that we could still make this work. And then it'd have to be kind of like, it's like Brad Pitt doesn't edit his video, like the movies that he's in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I think about it that way, like you guys are like the talent and I'm just the operator or something like that. Like some sort of balance like that, it would make more sense and I could be more motivated. But I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I don't know how I feel because I'm kind of in the middle right now. I'm floaty, and I guess this is why I wanted to have this because I just wanted to hear what you guys were thinking of things in general.
I think that like you just got like you're the Kanye West and he's like 2 Chainz. Like he'll jump on your Mercy track, right?
Dibs.
But
I'll be Big Sean.
sure.
No, actually, no. I want to be Pusha T.
All right. Well,
I'm selling the drugs on the side.
all right. So
I'm not actually doing that, but.
right. But what I'm saying is, like, I do agree that if it ever comes down to like that the drive comes back, 2020 find it.
2017.
Yeah, 2017 lost it. 2019 found it. But if you find that driving and then you think of it like, hey, like I know I'm gonna
2017 lost the drive. 2020 found the drive.
Maybe.
No.
There you go. No, but if you look at like, oh hey, you know what? Brat will give me a video when he can, like of Seeing Double or whatever. And then you're like, if you can really get that in, like...
Well, I had that down.
Yeah, sure. But
That's hardly a given.
Yeah. So yeah, Brad's going to give you a Seeing Double when he can. Zach is going to give you pictures or,
Pictures.
I'm gonna give you the good stuff.
Yeah, when he's going to give you the chibi drawings or the...
Snapchats.
The wallpapers and stuff like that when he can, right? Because he's busy with his art and stuff, his comic book and stuff. And when Sim, is gonna come in, obviously Sim's always gonna be there for every episode of Front Desk and all that stuff, as we all are. But if you can get back to wherever you were, I think it runs. I don't know, when we were all getting together, it's literally like, hey Sim, show up at this time. You're like, alright, sick.
Yeah.
We're filming from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then obviously me and Zach would draw that out till 7:30 because we would not shut the hell up. But it worked, and I mean, it might not have been as much as you were initially hoping for.
But I think at the end there, I got in a really good place, where I was okay with running all the things, doing everything, and then you guys are, I don't know, it was a really good place, mentally, whereas at the beginning, Big Dag and all that stuff way before, it was very salty. It was kind of fuck,
these guys aren't doing anything.
What are we doing, really? Yeah. what are we actually doing? Oh, we're celebrating, but then nothing really happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was just confused. And, if we want it, Funhouse, everybody's doing things. And what are we? If we have a schedule of we're putting out a video every week, why are we not? Stuff like that. But I've come to that realization, which is it felt like I was in a good place where I'm no, this is just I want this more in a different way, and you guys want different things, and that's totally cool. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's still a lot that you could get done with that. It reminds me of that thing I sent you, the Gary Vee thing.
Yeah.
The employees. Not that you guys are employees, but different people in an organization have different motivations that are more or less committed. That's just in any team of any sort. That's just a fact, right? Some guys want it more and some guys don't, and some guys have different interests. Some guys are really good at this, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And dealing with that, I think, is part of making some kind of team organized thing run. You're gonna make a joke.
I was.
He's still waiting for his entrance into it.
No, I'm waiting for Kurt to finish because he's on a really good point, but that joke is just simmering. It's bubbling, It's so. But now
it's weird.
Yeah,
now the timing's off.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. But I think what I need to for that part of it to maybe spark it back up is to just hear where you guys are at. Do you want to even? If I let's say if I were to be hey, you guys want to do that, what would you guys feel because I know Sim sometimes depending on the day or the time or how much energy you have, what you did the night before, whatever, it could be same thing with me, right? It just be kind of I don't want to.
But I think I'm more honest about it now. Whenever you ask, it's just today I'm yeah, I can go. I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll be there. But next week I might just be no, I'm gonna chill at home.
Yeah.
And I know I don't feel guilty about that anymore because I've told you guys like it's just whatever,
It's a hobby,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Before I'd be like, I don't want to go, but I don't want to make them feel bad, like
Yeah.
whatever, blah blah blah. But now it's straight up just like I'm just gonna chill at home, guys. I'm not
Yeah.
driving down.
Driving down all the way for
Yeah.
for sure.
But I mean, if it's, I think it was the every day or not every day, every week
Mm-hmm.
of like coming out here and doing this, then going home and coming out here doing like every Sunday or every Saturday we would do it.
Yeah.
It was fun and good at the beginning, but like it's gonna sound bad. Like it's not grind because it's like once a week, but it feels like grind. 'cause
Well,
it's
no,
like
I mean, you're
all
working
week
five.
and then
Yeah,
you're-
you work 5 days. a
and
week
then you
okay.
go work again almost.
Yeah.
1
Um,
week is underestimated too. Like once a week is more than you think. I guess it sounds like
Yeah.
not much because it's like just once every whatever, but once a week actually is a lot. You know.
There's a lot of like work that goes into what we have to do. Just like setting up, like organizing
Yeah.
parts and making sure things are proper.
Yeah, it's not just like turn your brain off.
No,
whatever.
it's not just like show up right at 4 and get
And
started.
start acting. Yeah,
like,
it's not Brad Pitt and they have like
Yeah.
the key grips
Yeah.
and the
it's
camera
like,
guys setting everything.
Okay,
up.
we need to talk about these shots because like I don't know how this is gonna work. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's energy. It's
Yeah,
definitely a lot of
exactly.
energy.
Or
Yeah.
do we have this thing we need? Is there a battery? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but,
But-
where we're at now, sorry, it's like this is not that bad. Like once, whenever kind of thing.
Mhm.
You're just like, hey, you guys want to do something today? I'm like, at least for me, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll be there. This is the time I can be there. What time are you guys free? And then we all got together and we're here.
Mhm.
And I think that's a lot easier to do than.
I honestly think that like you guys called me a couple of weeks ago. I was out at dinner and you guys were like,
Oh, yeah.
"Hey, we were on a phone call, all of us, like a group phone call." And Sim was like, "Hey, like, are you down to what was it, like 4 big episodes?"
Zach.
Oh, Zach,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, 4 big episodes, whatever. And like even that, if it's super taxing on one day, but it's
But
there's
it's
like-
once in like a
yeah, a
2
month.
months or
Yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
yeah.
Then it's like, okay, if that's what like has to be instead of like every weekend,
Yeah.
and we're working for 3 hours on an
Yeah.
episode or whatever.
Yeah.
If we film one front desk episode that's like a super big one that we have to be there for 5-6 hours, but it's once a month.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, like that's, there's gonna be 3 weeks where everyone's partying, and then 1 week we're like, oh yeah, you know what, like let's go down. Like that's the week,
Yeah.
and it's a lot easier. Like there's those kind of things, and
It's like, yeah, if we just plan it, like in 3 weeks, we have that one day.
one day,
Just
yeah,
have that one day quit.
yeah.
It's gonna be like fun, productive, and not feel like work.
Yeah,
And that's the balance you kind of have to play with. Because
Yeah.
if it's every week, then it's like work.
Then it's work.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
right.
like I'm
It's
going
like
to
you're
another
good
shift
on
or
productive.
another
Yeah,
job.
like, yeah, exactly. Like you're good on productive side, but it feels like work.
Yeah,
now.
and it's-
not fun.
It's great when you see it out and you're like, holy shit, this is pretty good, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And then you get that.
but that
vindication from everybody else.
5-minute high is
yeah,
not.
it's not enough for the 6-hour grind of that
Yeah.
day, right?
Mhm.
And then the shout out Kurt for editing it
Yeah.
for an additional.
That's the other thing I was
5
gonna say. If you want to have it set up like you said, where like you're the operator and where the talent stuff like that, your job is like infinitely harder than
It
ours.
has been though, and that's what it's been.
Yeah.
That's how. That's
But
what
it's just like,
this is what
like
it
if
was.
you might be okay with it now, but like
I think same means going forward.
going
Yeah.
forward, if you're constantly like that saltiness might come back.
The only
there,
part where
that's
and
the
this is
last thing
so
I
I've
want,
talked to
right?
all of you about this
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. The biggest part.
Excuse me, sorry. Just ruining this thing too.
No.
The biggest part of me that would trigger me being a little salty for some reason is that
I think I know what you're gonna say.
we talked about it yesterday. Is when there's too many like suggestions of like
No,
from like because the suggestions are great. So I'll bring back to that one of the podcasts that I talked to you guys about already. The one where we're in the car.
Yeah.
And then you were like, "Oh, we need to spend more time to make the quality of front desk
Yeah.
better and release less episodes less frequently or whatever, right?" And then Zach's thing about like every season of front desk is like
Improve a little bit.
another semester of school. I'm like, that's great, except like I'm the one doing all the editing, so I don't know. Like these are great ideas, but like if you're not the one doing it, then I can't. It just feels like people are. You know what? I guess I also get annoyed. We've talked about this hundreds of times. But you know when people come up to us and like have advice,
Yeah.
like you know what you guys should do,
Yeah.
and you're like man, like there's a difference between. And I was talking to Steven about this. There's a difference between like, yo man, your content whatever is sick. Like could you just play Fortnite? It'd be hilarious. Like I'd love it. Like I'd love it if you played Fortnite.
Yeah.
That'd be sick, right? Versus, you know what you guys should do?
Yeah, like
You guys should play Fortnite. Like you get a lot of views. Like you get a lot of people are and then there's just two
you
different
get
things.
people like
Yeah.
backseat like
Yeah, like trying to like
Yeah.
help because they think they know, and
Yeah.
I don't take it like I know they don't know any better and they're trying to help or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But that just bothers me because it's just like, you don't, what do you know,
Yeah.
and then,
For sure.
so when we're doing like stuff like that, if I am the operator, I don't mind like certain suggestions and stuff like that, but it is like, and I've said this too, like if anybody outworks me, I'll do whatever you say. I don't care. We'll do whatever you guys are saying. I'm down, right? But if I'm doing most of the work, it's hard to like take in certain types of feedback in that way, right?
For sure, yeah.
But I mean, it's all about how you approach it too, and I do like, I don't know, I appreciate talking about these things. So this is why we have these, right?
Yeah.
Like I like talking about that stuff as well too, right? But I guess I don't know. The biggest thing with my lack of motivation too, I think, is because I feel sometimes, again, if I ask that I don't want it to feel like like should I, like, do I want to come, kind of, and then I don't know. I guess that's not the biggest thing, but that is a small one where like I feel like I'm nagging almost. It's kind of like, come on guys, and I don't want to feel like that too. But
Wait, do you think that we think that you're nagging us, or do you?
No,
I'll be honest.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
I guess it's more sim the most part. Like it's not nagging. I don't want to say nagging. It's not nagging. It's kind of like the feel bad thing. Like I feel bad if I say no, and whatever. But I mean, I'm not in control of any of these feelings anyway, so I should just ask regardless.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, it used to be like that. Now it's just like if you ask regardless, I'll tell you straight up no.
Yeah.
Good. But chill.
Now the real question is season 3 moving forward? Because that's what our fans have been asking.
Yeah, all those fans.
It's very, very slowly moving.
Oh, hey, look at tiny spider. See, look at him. He's rappelled down onto the Spider-Man poster.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh, no, never mind.
He's flying.
Yeah. But
This is great content.
yeah. If you guys can't see, we all came from Spider-Man Far From Home. So
We all did.
why do you say that with such hatred?
Because it's a lie.
Yeah, I know. I know. But usually when we lie in unison.
I wasn't invited.
But yeah, season 3, it's like we have a little bit written and have some ideas. Sim said he has some ideas. Zach has some ideas.
I had so many ideas, man.
Zach wants to do a musical.
Oh, you ruined it.
Yo, you just gave
ruined
me
it. Wow,
the
man.
show,
Just
man.
bleep. Can you bleep it out?
What's
Say it again, but I'll bleep over when you.
Yeah, and let's pretend he said a really bad word.
Yeah.
Whoa, man, you can't say that.
Zach wants to do a musical.
They're called African Americans. Okay? You're not allowed to use that word.
Classic.
So front desk,
Okay,
we can do that. It just might take a long time.
yeah. What's the commitment though? We haven't gone. We know.
Yeah, I'm the only one showing up once a month. What are you guys doing?
Yeah. Brad, what are you doing?
in life? Or?
What the hell are you doing?
Because that's not much either. Yeah, I can do once a year. No.
It's not a once a year contract.
Me and Kurt will be doing podcasts.
Oh yeah, Nerdcast. Do you guys want to do Nerdcast? Or you guys
After this?
I love Nerdcast because we can just nerd out and talk about anything.
So me and Kurt do podcasts on the days that Sai doesn't have work in the mornings, which is Wednesday mornings, because my mom doesn't have work.
You guys
talk
don't need
about
to know
random
because
shit?
you're not going to be there.
Yeah.
Random shit?
No, we try to like, we watched this movie.
Yeah, so like me and this guy, like he'll go with his girl and I'll go with like Saudi or whatever, and then we'll go watch movies, and then we talk about the movies the next week, the following week.
Yeah, but I did want it to be kind of just generally like whatever. Like I wish we had a segment of like what have you watched or played lately. Like I want that too, you know. But that I feel like podcasting is one of the easiest things to do, at least for me, production wise, because it's just record and post. There's very little that have to do editing in the back end.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Oh, there we go. Okay, good. I would honestly still like to occasionally do seeing doubles and stuff like that, and or me and Zach or something. We could. I always wanted to do let's plays like the Game Grumps stuff, but that requires like us to almost live together. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't make sense to drive all the way to just do a let's play and then drive all the way back. Like
I'll
play
live-
for 20 minutes and leave. You know?
I'll live under you.
No lie though, it's when you live in the same house. Me and Sadi did a let's play, like, because you know how we
You guys should do that.
that's the thing. We beat the whole game. We beat Last of Us.
Remastered?
Yeah, remastered, and we let's played the whole thing. It's on like YouTube. It's on the GMV page. But that's the thing. Is like Me and him were literally like, "Yo, you got 30 minutes free?" And so I was like, if I gotta go to the gym, what do you want to do? So you want to play Last of Us for like 30 minutes? Sure. So then we just come in like, and we're both in our underwear, and we're just like, because there's no camera, so we're just voicing over and we're just cracking jokes, and we literally got to the whole game. Yeah, it took like a month or whatever, but
That's fine.
It's logistically so much easier.
that's the thing. It's when
Literally upstairs.
so you can literally just.
That's the other thing, Sim. If you move back,
It'll be a lot easier to do things.
it'll
I'll
be
have
one
more
and a
energy.
half times
Yeah.
every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if is it something that's still kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, like it is. Even this is fun. I haven't seen you guys in.
I'm like,
Actually, I saw you a couple
we're
weeks
about
ago,
to
but
pile too
I haven't
much
seen you in a
shit
long.
on. I know, right?
You need a Tylenol?
Huh?
He's
about to pile a lot of shit on.
What does the
I
pile
want- I
consist
want-
of?
I want to do skits again.
Oh, Zach Zach has so many ideas.
I have
Right?
so
He
many
he has so many
ideas.
things that he wants to do.
No, it's just like we could do more like improv skits, and I think we would like be less overwhelmed because we don't have to do as much like
Production.
I say that, and then we're gonna get to it and be like, okay, it's a lot of production, but
That's what fucking Brad's like that. Every time we record the podcast, he knows there's a function on my phone that you can go back and re-record.
yeah.
And then he'll be like, no, wait, let's just go back. Let's just go back and re-record that. We go, Brad, we should just keep talking. But by now, we've had like 20 seconds of us arguing about going back or not, so we have to go back.
A, that's genius.
And it's like every minute, it's like you have to go back and redo it.
But B, it's because I am talking about something that I'm so passionate about or whatever that I'm like foaming in the mouth, and I'm like, and in my head I'm like, today, Junior, like, come on, let's go, like, and then I like stutter so much
But
that
I think people would love to hear
Yeah.
the passion.
I like your stutter.
Yeah, one time you did it and you didn't even really stutter that.
Yeah, you're like Brad, beep beep.
and
That's classic.
It was a stutter that one.
no, that's what I'm saying.
That's classic. We gotta keep those.
beep beep.
No, but that's it's funny because like we have it in the video.
So in
On podcast.
on GameScoop, IGN's game podcast, one of their game podcasts, they at the end they always say nicely job. Because somebody, I don't know where that came from, but I think that came from somebody fucking it up, and then now it's
Like
just a
nicely
joke.
done and good job, baby.
Yeah, now it's just a joke. And maybe it did come from there, but I'm just assuming that's where it came from, and now it's just a joke.
well, ours is it's been real, it's been fun, it's been fun,
funeral.
real, yeah,
Funeral.
it's been funeral.
Yeah.
That's ours.
Yeah.
It's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun.
But actually, you know, I'd be really excited to do Nerdcast, honestly, because there's a lot of podcasts that I don't know. There's people
Talking
listening to
about
random,
bullshit.
Yeah, just random shit. So okay, for now we'll just think about Front Desk and Nerdcast. I think is all we can
Okay.
kind of handle.
Front desk, nerdcast.
And
I wish there was a way to remotely record
that would be sick.
podcasts, but no, Zach, no.
Okay, fine.
We can do skits.
I mean, we're not gonna do any of it.
I'm not ready to season 3. No, but I was gonna say is if there was a way, because the phone call way is like terrible. That's terrible
it's
audio.
really bad. Yeah,
It just sounds bad.
Yeah.
it's bad. Yeah.
But if there was a way for us to remotely podcast, that'd be hilarious. That'd be
There
Isn't
has
there,
to
like,
be a way
Skype?
though. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like a Thorin or whatever.
Yeah.
How they do theirs. You know, Thorin
Yeah.
does that shit.
Is whatever things.
But that means you guys need good mics too.
Mhm.
Ideally.
I have an okay. I have my mic from my computer.
I have my headset.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's like I talk.
Saudi has like the $400 Astro like.
If
mic.
we could set that up somehow.
Yeah, but
I mean, I feel like it's just you just go on Skype, don't you? And then
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I
Yeah,
just
we
feel like
record.
even Thorin like through Skype the audio's not super awesome. But I mean, it's
that,
not-
yeah, it depends on.
but
I
even
guess.
then, I don't mind. I'm not too much of a stickler as long as I can understand what you're saying. That's all I want, right?
You can also. This is my suggestion. Like Zach did skits. We can find a game to all play together, which is hard because we have different consoles and stuff. But I would suggest Destiny because 6 people can play that together. And
yeah,
if
don't
you're
we all
talking
have
about
Destiny
bullshit-
now on the PS4 because we all got it for free?
Sim doesn't have PS4.
I can find a PS4.
That's like 30 seconds of work for Sim on
Yeah.
PS4. No, I was gonna say is
or maybe
Fortnite.
another game. But
Fortnite is all consoles cross-platform.
Not PS4. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is PS4. Yeah.
Yeah, PS4,
I made
Xbox
fun
One,
of that.
iPhone.
You're the
Android.
one that doesn't even want to play Fortnite. You don't even like Fortnite.
But if we're all playing, I'll join in.
Okay.
Like I said, even this.
I wish-
it's not because it's because of you guys.
You know-
Like, I do this
yeah.
because of you guys.
Yeah.
So if you guys are playing Fortnite, then I'll join in.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
I'm supposed to play it by myself, fuck that.
yeah. Okay, well, we'll see. I don't know. Even without the like worrying about you guys being committed or not, even me, I haven't had the most motivation to do creative stuff lately. Even like, I don't know, my own stuff. But then again, like my own stuff for some reason doesn't motivate me that much. So this is my analogy for it. So One Piece is about the crew,
Yeah.
right? And then there's this one arc that I really didn't enjoy that much was what's the jail arc where he's trying to run through the jail and save Ace.
Impel Down.
Yeah, Impel Down.
Yeah.
So he's trying to run through this. So for you guys that don't want to watch One Piece, usually the crew's together. They might be split up, but it's about the crew. You're watching the crew. There's this one part where everybody's split up and it's just Luffy. You just have to watch Luffy by himself.
The main character.
Yeah, and he's trying the main character Luffy, and he's trying to run through the jail to go save someone, and then he picks up like other comrades through the jail.
Yeah.
But I just don't give a shit because it's not about the crew. Like
Yeah.
he forms another crew, but it's not the crew that I like.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
kind of how my motivation is with GFV and versus me doing stuff on my own. Is I try to do stuff on my own, but it's just not as like. It's not as motivating. It's not as cool to me to just be like, like look at me and my stuff, and look at all the things that I do. I just don't care that much. Like it's not as romantic for me as like me and like my crew, like the crew. It's like the squad, like Dragon Ball or whatever. Like the squad that's doing stuff together.
Yeah.
So
That's one of the main reasons why.
you like it, yeah.
Even with Nignag or wherever, it's like whether it was me, you, and Baines, or like us here now, or even when like say Sim's not here and Zach's not here, and it's me and like Shiv and all, and we're doing a scene double, me, Shiv, and like whoever. It's the group. It's being together and hanging out and doing it together and having fun together. Because
Fun together.
the only time I have fun by myself,
It's been together.
yeah, it's been
Fun together.
fun together. Hey, I think I thought of a new channel name for my new company, Fun Together.
God.
It's gonna have a lot of commercial breaks, I'll tell you that much.
Honestly, I still want to do Seeing Double like once in a while.
Yeah.
Like I really
Me too.
Yeah, just because people like it. I don't know.
I like it.
I like it. Like I like it, and I don't know. It's fun. I like playing.
I like if we do it, I think we should get drunker.
Yes.
Dude,
and that's what I was saying.
sipping
Is we
beers
should
is
do it
not
more. I was saying we
whatever.
should do it.
Should
That was always my
every
thing.
day.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we should plan it and have like, okay, this is a game, these are the rules before we even
Yeah.
set anything up, and this is when we're taking shots, not
Yeah.
having
Like
sips of beer.
less
We're taking
frequently,
shots.
so
We're
yeah,
fucking-
like less frequently, so we can get smashed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you know the day
I am
where.
down. Fuck everything else. Let's just do that.
Zombie.
Like remember the time? Yeah. Remember when
They got
Zach
so
Yeah.
Zach licked Sim?
Yeah, like it's just stupid
Every
shit.
time
Yeah.
something like that's gonna happen.
And I'm actually really happy now
I got really
because my older brother has moved out. Shouts out Goosh for having a baby.
Thanks for leaving, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having that baby.
Appreciate
No, the reason is now I have enough posters to cover this entire wall with the backdrop of posters, and so now when people watch, they'll see us in front of posters, and so we have a nice backdrop, and that's always something I wanted.
Yeah.
So season 4, Seeing Double.
We just skipped it.
yeah, 2, 3.
Season 1 had like 30 episodes.
Dude,
Season 2
didn't
had
even
like
like
1.
finish.
Hey.
So
Game of Thrones season 1 had 10,
Yeah.
and Game of
No,
Thrones
it's like you
season 8
said,
had 6.
numbers are arbitrary. This is
Yeah.
Reflections
Yeah.
38.
So
So
this is 38. Come on,
That's true.
guys making
We're
videos.
gonna fit more quality and less.
Yeah. We're gonna have less quality, less
Yeah.
episodes.
There's gonna be
You know-
less jokes, but it'll look nicer.
yeah. You know how you talked about if we just keep doing it, we'll get better and better.
Yeah.
If we just skip to the higher numbers, obviously we're gonna
Yeah.
be better. We're already at Reflections 45, then we've done 45 of these.
Less-
So
We
it's
love
so good.
seasons 1 through
One.
yeah, 1 through 1.
You know,
Hey, Microsoft did it. There's no Windows, what was it, 9?
Yeah.
That's because
Yeah.
they fucked up their coding.
what?
So
Seriously, there's a reason for it?
in the original coding, apparently had Windows 9 in it. So if they made that new version of Windows, it wouldn't work for some reason. I don't know the logistics.
All right, then why did they make Windows XP?
Because they wanted the worst garbage ever to be
No,
able to work.
Windows XP.
XP was a good one.
Oh, I'm thinking of Vista. That was bad.
Yeah.
Vista sucked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're still worth $1 trillion. So, anyways, back to what we're the. Okay, so less jokes, less quality,
More
less-
numbers.
more numbers, more
More
serious,
seasons.
more seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as we're together, it's fun together.
Yeah.
Is that the gist
That's
of
the
this
gist of
podcast?
this
Yeah.
Reflections podcast.
No jokes, none of the time. We're getting rid of commercial breaks.
I
We
do-
have too many of them,
I think
right?
it's also funny. Neither of them have committed to any amount of time still. I'm the only person that said I'll be there once a month.
Listen, all right.
You asked them, and then you start talking about something else
Listen,
to avoid.
We achieved our goal.
Yeah, listen.
We got him back. He failed us.
Listen,
Now-
months, days, years.
Shut up! Stop stalling.
We're all.
When are you gonna be here?
Hold on, just listen. I actually have a point though.
Okay.
Months, days, years,
Are
all-
different amounts of time.
and time
Yeah.
and life is just ones and zeros.
How many days
And-
are really in a month?
And,
How many
and
months are really in a year?
yeah, and how many years are really in time? So my real question to you is, if GMV is just arbitrary numbers, then do I really need to set a time that I'm gonna be there, or am I just there all the time?
Oh
Once
god.
every 2
It's time for a
weeks.
commercial break answering.
I'll come once every 2 weeks. But
Um,
I will try to put in more work though, so I would like to.
So you can say things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually.
So I can
pretty
tell
good.
you you're doing stuff
I
right.
think it's a great. I actually think that is a great thing. Like we actually just have to work as hard as Kurt, or almost just as hard as Kurt. Then that way we can actually say things, and Kurt has to be like, "Oh,
Well, currently we're all working as hard as Kurt. So.
That's
There
not
you go.
wrong. That's true.
there you go." But no, what I'm saying is, if that's the thing that like makes us get better, it's like we just have to work almost as hard as Kurt. We're like Kurt's like, "Okay, now I'll listen to your opinion."
Well, but it comes down to like, what are you doing in the like? So if it's kind of like if you're editing all of Seeing Double, why should I tell you how to do things? Do you know what I mean? Because you're doing all the work. Like I can have suggestions and I can try to help you and
Yeah.
blah, 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 sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like if it's coming too much and you're like, Kurt, I just want to do, then I just be like, yeah, like, you're doing all of it. So.
For sure, but like imagine you're doing all the front desk episodes,
Okay.
right? You're editing the front desk episodes, and I'm editing all the Seeing Doubles, and then you're like, "Oh, Brat, like fucking, you know, in like that episode you did that. Do you think you can like have like those kind of intros for every episode?" And it's like, if I'm like, "Oh, that's too much work," all right, that's it. It's like too much work. But if you're like, "Oh, could you do that?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck, that's a sick idea," because you and Steven do that where you guys tell me things like, "It'll be really funny to do this," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, actually I can do that." But it's like, oh, because I'm doing all the Seeing Doubles and you're doing the front desk, I know that you're putting in
As
your work.
long as it's not a we thing, if it's not a we thing. So like you know what we should do. It's like, well, if you're doing all of it, then why am I saying we? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say we're doing Seeing Double, right? We film it, but you edit all of it. I would prefer, like, you should prefer me to come at you with like, hey, I think it would be really cool if this, and then you're like, yeah, sure, whatever. As opposed to like, hey, you know what we should do? And it's kind of like, well, what do you mean we? Like, you edit all of it. So why would I say just coming with the we is kind of weird.
Oh, did I come in with the week?
No, I'm just saying as it. This
No,
is how I.
Nintendo came out with the Wii.
You wanted to make that joke, but I didn't.
Go on.
Oh, here we go. Jokes are starting. Seriousness is no. Continue.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because it like front desk is like that was one of the things, right? Is we kind of felt like it was we, and it was to a certain extent on certain parts for sure. But then at the end of the day, like I edited most of the episodes. Sim edited a lot of them too.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't say a lot.
okay.
But
But
I would say some or too little.
here, how about this? I think that we should be able to, like, kindly and like energetically, respectfully
it's
ask.
how you say.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
whatever
and
you
just
suggest.
ask, and if the person can do something about it, they can. And if they don't want to, they don't have to, because I'm not editing the front desk.
It's like, is this an idea that
yeah,
you would be
yeah, okay,
down?
like yo, like hey,
No?
Kurt, like when you're
Okay.
editing, do you think
Yeah.
that, like that's cool? Like, do you think you could do that like different episodes or whatever?
Yeah.
And if you're like, nah, man, I'm like too tired, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
I have
you know
no
what it
choice.
was? You know what it was too? It's like when I get a message when usually it's one of you two.
Don't
Like-
lump me in with
Yeah, I'm not.
No, I'm just
Make sure
kidding.
you're pointing at them.
Sim wouldn't,
I'm
but like
joking.
it's like when I post something or whatever, and then you guys send a message like, "Hey, can we like and I'm just like, I just you know like I just spent a whole week on this,
Yeah.
and they're like, can you guys just change a little thing? Like it'll take you 2 seconds. I'm like, bro, I just come on.
Whoa! That's because I felt like I looked ugly.
Well, that's
And-
not
and-
something that you change.
Didn't go, yeah.
No, but that's what I mean. And then Kurt literally went. I was like, hey, like,
No, I mean there's been multiple times. It wasn't every time. It was just you.
I'm not shying away from it. I do it.
It's like hey, can you guys fix the M? It's a little off. And I'm like, you know how long it took me to like manually draw, like try to whatever. And
Oh, the logo, you mean?
Yeah, and I'm like, if you want it,
I need to fix that.
and I'm not even good at doing that stuff. I'm not even good at like Photoshop shit. And like, you know, it's like you might as well just do it yourself. Like if it's bothering you that much,
Yeah.
like then,
I don't know.
you know what I'm
I'll
saying?
fix the logo.
Like if you, and that's the biggest thing too that I like think about with this is like if you really want it done, like why don't you just do it yourself? You might as well do it then, right? Otherwise, it's like, well, why are you telling me? You know what I mean? But I understand. Like I said, I enjoy having these creative talks, bouncing ideas off of each other and stuff like that.
What's this sound?
Water.
That's gonna be at the end.
Yeah, but no, going forward, hopefully I'll be more motivated to kind of like get back on it maybe, but I don't know. At the same time, I might try to I have been exploring like different things too, like trying to do other things. But this, not to like make you guys feel bad or whatever, but it was the thing that really like grounded me in a lot of ways. And I talk about it a lot as that. Like GMV was like one of the most where I had the most direction I felt in my life. I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Like I felt, and I said that to you guys, right? Like I'd feel off on a day or whatever, and I'd be like, why do I feel weird? And it took me a long time to figure out, like, oh, it's because we didn't make videos this week. It just seemed like I don't know why, like, it was just so confusing to me. I was like, I've been working out, and I'm like working, and I'm making money and whatever, and then I'm like, I don't know why I feel down like this week or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it's because we didn't make videos. I think like I pinpointed finally after a long time. I was like, oh, it's because we didn't make videos this week.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I don't feel like, and then that's where I started like, okay, yeah, GMV is actually more important than I thought as like a thing in my life that needs to be like taken care of or whatever, like worked on.
It was really cool when I was in Japan. You sent that message on the you posted on GMV about like the brat, and then you're like that's when I like you always told me how important it was or whatever, but when you made that
when I
post,
told it, when I put it out to the world.
no, it was
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but it was just like did you guys see the post where he's like, oh, like
you know I did one for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's like what he did or whatever, and then like for me it wasn't the nice things they were saying about me. It's like what Brat, like he had this idea of like doing these videos and stuff, and that gave him like this newfound drive, like direction in his life. Like remember yours? I don't know the exact words.
It was kind of like it was because Dignag had some sort of structure at the time, so it felt like an outlet. Like I was talking to Zach about this back when it happened. It felt like an outlet to put my effort into. Because before I was like, there's no container. There was just energy.
Yeah.
Like I want to do something.
I remember you first mentioning, we went to Japan together and you first started mentioning me like, yeah, Brad's got this idea for this like, you know, like kind of IGN kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you're telling me like, but he'd have to do this, and this, and then it's like, you're like toying with the idea of being involved more with that.
Yeah. But and that wasn't even the thing that I wanted to do at the beginning too, right? Like I didn't want to be an IGN guy before. It was just an avenue to maybe like flex a little, like try to just play with what I had, like the creative skills that I had. But that was the start of it, was having that container to put that energy into, and that's why like you'll always signify that part of my life.
And that is what made me so happy. Like all the other nice things Kurt said. But that I was like, damn, we're making it, boys. And like you gotta understand, I was like drunk 24/7 in Japan. So when I read that at like 3 a.m, it hit extra hard. You know when you're like drunk and you're super it hit me in the drunk feels. No, that's actually what I was like. I was in bed. I was in bed and I was like,
you're one of the best. You're one of my. I've known you so long. Yeah. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. You don't even know, man. Yeah. You don't even know how best.
I'm like in that moment. I'm like, bro. Like Sid might have known you for 19 years, but you're my best friend. You're mine. And then but it was really good. So
I feel very left out.
No, nobody cares about you.
I'm kidding. I suck. I know.
No, but I was gonna say is, yeah. Can you meet up or like.
You didn't give a time.
You,
He gave
listen,
one
the
an
way
idea.
numbers
You
are
actually
put
give
into
it time.
place-
You still haven't committed to anything.
I will commit to once a week. Once a week.
Like,
I will commit. You know what? I will commit that once a week I will reevaluate my commitments. No, once a week with
Kind of accurate for all of us.
once a week with Kurt at work in the mornings. We'll do the podcast.
Nerdcast.
More cats.
Sorry, the Nerdcast on Wednesdays because that's when I have the car and I don't have to worry about times or anything. And then once a month, for front desk. And if because Zach still works nearby here, right? You're still working nearby. So if me and Zach ever want to get together, or whatever, that's just extra stuff. But yeah, once a week for me and Kurt, guaranteed, and then once a month for the big front desk episodes. But that brings me to one of the biggest questions: is front desk season 3? We're all on board, yes?
Yeah.
Like that is the.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'll
be
show
there.
up. Yeah.
I'll be there. Yeah.
Because out of all the things that we do, like seeing double and all this stuff, podcasts, whatever, I think the thing that people like the most, and they ask for it all the time, like all the friends and everything, is front desk, and we obviously enjoy making it, even like, and now that we've all agreed that it's like one big episode once a month or whatever, even if it takes us 6 months to make 6 episodes, it's like that. I think I put my vote in for going forward with season 3 and really hunkering down, and even if it's just like writing or whatever, like me and Zach on a day, or Kurt on your own, or Sim on your own, if you have any ideas to
But
flesh
me and
it.
Sim can't work together. Me and Sim don't write. Only you guys can write, and then me and Sim have to write separately.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was confused for a second there. I was like, wait, no more fun together?
No more fun together.
But yeah, I think that front desk should be our
Seeing
next
double,
big
some
thing.
people like seeing doubles. Though.
No.
Like
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Seeing doubles are happening
Yeah.
because they're fun as hell.
Yeah.
Aren't there
We still
some
get
in the
fucking-
bank?
But that's what I'm
No,
saying.
we have
Yeah.
none. And the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 one, the audio's
Oh, really?
messed up.
You know,
Yeah.
Injustice? Wasn't there another part to that?
You're right, that was all me. I haven't.
Okay. Because I was like, there's a part where I got super drunk. Or like,
Oh,
was I
really?
super drunk? I was wearing that fucking helmet.
You know, it's the only thing in this Nignag folders. It's still called Nignag on my computer.
It's all, mine too.
Yeah, it's the only thing I have in the Seeing Double folder that's not edited that I kept. Because I deleted everything else because it's so much space, right?
Yeah.
But I kept it because I'm like, maybe one day I'll make part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to so bad to do the COD Black Ops 4, but the audio's
Damn.
messed.
That
So
episode was okay.
that episode was actually really fun.
Oh wait, what was
It-
was that the one? What did
But
I
it
say?
was me, you, and Kurt. You're like shout out Italy for your bread, or was it Italy for your? It's
Yeah.
bread. You're like
Yeah.
you want the taste of Italy. This isn't it or something. the amount of jokes, and that's like
Whoa.
it was so good because Sim wasn't there, but
That's why it was good.
yeah, that's.
Oh, you know what? I was like, we're not going anywhere. We're not going.
yeah. No, the reason it was so good was because I realized this with Seeing Doubles, you need it like a game which is fast paced and people can die and you pass the controls
Yeah.
around. When we're like playing a story based game,
Yeah,
it's very hard to make a rule like, oh, if you fire
That's
more
what I
than
mean.
2
We
arrows.
gotta figure all this stuff out.
Like that
before
time
we
we're in the
even get
moon
here.
and that stupid game.
So we just pass the control around. Like it's
It
funny.
can't, I don't think it can be like how it used to be, where we're just like, Brat, what game do you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare still, so I guess we'll just do that again.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, it can't
And-
be that. It has to be like, we have a game, these are
Yeah.
our rules, and we know
And,
that.
and no switching to Call of Duty when we
Yeah.
don't like that game. We push
It's
to
funny though.
I think that's funny.
I think it's
Really?
funny.
I think
Okay.
it's funny.
I
You know,
hate it.
because here's the other thing that you could see Seeing Double being is that it's like demo disc. We're trying games. We're just gonna try a game,
Yeah.
and then it's like, how long do we last with this shitty game?
Before
we're
we
like,
switch to Call of
let's
Duty.
just, like you can even just make the cuts would be hilarious. We're like playing, and then you just kind of look at everybody's face, and they're like, and then just cuts to like Call of Duty, like, go get him, switch, get him, jump. You know, right? Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, we can do that too.
but it could be any episode. Could be it doesn't. It's
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah, half the episodes are other games anyways.
Yeah.
And we end up switching to Call of Duty on at least 1 every 3 games.
Hey, Funhouse played Disc Jam, and somehow they made it kind of entertaining.
They had a tournament.
Hey,
Yeah.
we did better.
Our
Disc
Disc Jam episode was hilarious.
Disc Jam
Yeah,
was
but
the
because
shit.
we stopped playing it,
Yeah.
like 10
Like
minutes. in.
we were playing it to win, and
Yeah.
they're playing obviously whatever, but they had
We
like
didn't
characters.
play to win. We didn't even know the controls.
No, yeah, we were trying to win though. I remember it was like,
That's
we were
not
actually in it, like
good.
playing
Damn it.
competitive and whatever.
I don't know.
like they had like characters that they were
Also, on a
that was, like,
side note, like I'm not even trying to gas myself up. I watch some of these other people on YouTube, and everyone makes good top content.
yeah, but we're like funnier than them.
Yes, no, like we make some pretty funny shit.
But that's what I'm saying too is that it's not even about like we can do all these things, man. It's just we have to do them.
Were you about to say my name?
No.
Oh, okay. That's just funny, Zach.
But no, that's what I'm saying is like people, and so what the goal with all of this would be in the long term, however much commitment you guys, whatever, is that people do get connected to us as people the same way that we get connected to Funhouse people. Like when we remember we went to PAX and we saw Funhouse,
Yeah.
and then we're like, hey, fucking, we know you because we watch all your videos.
Yeah.
But they don't know who we are at all. You're like my friend, but you don't know me.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're starting to get that a little bit with such. I mean, not little bit of content, but like we've only been doing it for like a year.
Yeah.
And like already there's been a decent. I don't know. It's just surprising to see that much of a couple
Response.
the handful. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the handful of responses that we got. So if we just keep doing it, people are. They do, and people say it's kind of like Jag guys like Sadi and you probably more than me. Like I'm not as entertaining, but other guys like Mike, like they like hearing me talk about stuff on the podcast.
I say that all the
Like-
time. You have a very sultry voice.
Yeah, that's why because I like to hear the voice. But people. Oh, and then some people like they think you're the funny like
I've heard like just a mix.
Just
like,
a mix,
some
like,
people are
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
A
Sim.
lot of people
So
say. A lot of people. I wouldn't think it because you're not that funny, but a lot of people think you're hilarious.
Yeah. No, but
Jeez.
go back to
That's what I was looking
go back to
No, I'm 100% joking. But
He knows he's funny.
you know what? Now that you
He's
know the
the
joke,
dry-
I got it. It takes
Fuck
a
you.
Yeah.
Sam's the guy that waits around for his moment to say something, and then when he does say it, it's funny. But me and you are just like, what the fuck can we say?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
We're
and
annoying
then
funny.
like
it doesn't work like
the fifth thing we'll say is funny.
it doesn't
but-
work if you guys don't do
Sim's
that.
a sniper.
Yeah,
'Cause
Sim
it's
is
like
the sniper.
The only
Some
reason,
shit
the only
And Kurt
reason,
is like the fucking Nagasaki bombs.
Yeah.
He's like, he's the last
Yeah.
resort. He's like,
You know what I think? Kurt
Nagasaki bomb.
this is just super loud.
He said Nagasaki bomb. Nagasaki bomb.
Hiroshima?
He didn't even say Adam. He said Nagasaki.
no, he's not that big.
Wait.
Hiroshima.
It's Hiroshima.
Yeah, it's Hiroshima.
And it's the atom bomb.
Wait, no, but there's a second bomb.
There was
Yeah.
dropped in Nagasaki.
Yeah, but it's not the Nagasaki bomb.
No, it's not.
It's not like fucking. You're
No,
at
but-
you're at a bar
It's
and
called a
Nagasaki
fat
bomb.
man and a little boy.
No.
Can you imagine like in a meme like someone jumps off the diving board? Hiroshima bomb.
No, hold on.
We can make this.
I
content.
guarantee somewhere in the world you can get a drink called the Nagasaki bomb.
No, I don't think so.
I
It's probably
guarantee-
pretty insensitive.
Listen, there's only ever been 2 nukes dropped
Yeah.
on a country, and one of them was Nagasaki. So I guarantee Nagasaki
You
bomb
think-
is a real
Can you
drink.
go somewhere and get a Holocaust smoothie?
It's just
No.
It's just dust. This is getting dark.
Oh man.
Oh,
Nah, they changed it over. It's been 50 years. They call it that drink, the Thanos snap. That's what
Yeah,
it's called now.
yeah,
All
yeah.
dust.
I don't
Back in the
feel-
day.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Do you feel good right now? We'll change that right now. Come on over and have
That's a
a
tangent, but did you go to watch Endgame for the extra 7 minutes?
No, I
I
don't.
made sure to check what it was.
Oh.
It's garbage. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
I'm not paying for that shit.
Wait. See, we're gonna do Dirtcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
same
gonna
for
be
the nerd.
Yeah, wrap it up. Keep it wrapped up always.
So
Safety is
be sure to check us out because you'll see more of us.
For sure.
for sure
100%.
one time a month
At least.
at
The
least.
gift that keeps on giving once a month.
We'll just
Alright
take
guys.
off.
It's been fun. It's been real. It's been
It's been
fun
fun
real.
together. I mean, fun together.
Fun together.
It's